Timothy Peters and Layne Riggs will lead the field down to the green flag. And just like that, we are off and racing, and Layne Riggs gets the jump off turn 2.
Great move by Justin Johnson in that 4th spot. Slid down to the bottom real quick. Kind of bottlenecked everyone up behind him, but able to slide down and protect that bottom. Layne Riggs not giving up an inch, really challenging on that front row with Timothy Peters for the top spot.
So it will be straight through, and look at Justin Johnson. He dove that thing hard into turn number 3, trying to get around Mini Tyrell. Mason Diaz thought about making it 3 wide. Ooh. Meanwhile, for the lead, look at this. Here comes Layne Riggs underneath Peters.
Gets that preferred groove on the bottom. Gives him plenty of room coming off turn 4. That killed Riggs' momentum just a little bit, but drives it in hard into turn 1. Gets the grip and will clear him down the backstretch. So Layne Riggs' new leader, Justin Johnson, quickly slides into that 3rd spot.
Not going to change the fact it will be most likely. Look at Johnson.
Whoa.
Wow.
Justin Johnson being aggressive early on here. Started in the 4th spot. Now challenging for the 2nd spot. He's got that race car set up really well to just be sturdy on entry, and I think that's going to be a good point for him, but you would hope that it's not going to go away later in the race. Big move by Mini Tyrell as well.
And look at Timothy Peters now, Hannah. He is, apparently his spotter's been talking to him. He now is trying to make the outside work.
You see one guy try it, and if he makes it work, the next thing, everyone's going to try it, and he's making it work.
But something to keep note of, we've talked about tires. This is the back of the field. Brandon Pierce, Mike Looney, Jessica Can. Now, keep an eye on them, and I'll let you know when the leader crosses the line. Leader is at the line now. That's how far back they are.
So when he took the green flag, they weren't sure what this car was going to do on the long run. Timothy Peters, though, put enough pressure to now challenge for the lead side by side through 3 and 4. Ooh, Layne Riggs pinching him down, killed his momentum. Layne is becoming more and more of a veteran driver.
As here comes Peters now, trying to put his right front underneath Layne Riggs.
Layne Riggs doing it like a veteran. Almost goes a little bit higher into the center of the corner, Tony, so he can get a straighter shot coming off of turn 4, and that's where he's meeting with Peters and killing that momentum, and Peters' car snapping out sideways on him. So Peters with a better run, though, a little bit closer to the door-to-door. Leans up into Riggs. Almost side by side at the line. Obviously, Riggs still with the preferred, but this is where Peters might get him here. If he can get him off of turn 2 and get that run into 1, enough to almost hip check Riggs at the center of the corner, Peters may have the position.
He's trying awfully hard, but again, you saw it. Riggs saw him on the bottom briefly, trying to get around Bobby McCarty. And we've got problems. Turn 1, car 1. Craig Moore, that is a tire carcass, and that is not where it's supposed to be. It will be bouncing towards the inside wall, and that's the entire tire. I've never seen one like that that's not shredded apart pop off the wheel. That's pretty impressive.
Well, we were speculating about Mike Looney, and it wasn't just him saving tires. 3 different shock adjustments. One here on the left rear, one on the left front, and on the right front. The crew really working over, doing the chassis dance, like Rick Mast used to say. Now Looney's down and away. We'll see.
Cars Tour Solid Rock Carriers pace car will head to the safety of the pit lane. Layne Riggs is the control car through the KRC Power Steering restart zone, and we are off and racing. This time, perhaps towards the checkers.
Ooh, Timothy Peters, wow, really overshot. Got him in that high groove, able to swing in and slide in a couple rows back.
Wow.
Yikes.
That was a very un-Timothy Peters-like move.
Well, look at Sam Butler, though, sliding up into that 4th spot, now the 3rd spot over Sam Yarbrough. You called it, Tony. He was slowly inching his way up.
Meanwhile, up front, Justin Johnson underneath of Layne Riggs. A little bit of contact out of turn 4. That made the hole open. New leader, turn 3. Ooh. Justin Johnson now with 19 laps to go. Put Johnson to the front of this field, the 3rd different leader this afternoon. And look at him. Yes, he's up the racetrack. He's trying to arc the car down, use the banking. Right now, he may get a run on Justin Johnson out of turn 4 again.
That is a line we have not seen. It came off of 4 high, did the crossover, leads into Johnson. He has the position at the moment. He's going to have to run him high here into the corner. Down to the bottom. Sam Butler going to try and take advantage of these two battling.
Yeah, he's the guy I got my eye on right now while Riggs and Johnson, as
Wow.
Riggs takes the lead with 15 to go. Sam Butler may be the beneficiary here. Here goes Johnson again for the lead in turn 3.
A little bit of contact to say, hey, Layne Riggs, I'm here.
Whoa.
They make contact again. Side by side down the front stretch. 15 laps to go. The battle continuing to be hot for the lead.
Yes, it is. Johnson does not want to give an inch. Riggs not going to give up. And Layne told us he's going to try to make the top work. He's got no choice now but to make the top work. And here he comes off 4, still with the top spot. 13 to go. And it is a 3-car race up front and could be
the position as well. That group slowly starting to reel on Silvestri again. That hood damage.
Oh.
We got debris.
fender in turn 1. It looks like it's outside the groove, so we may stay green, depending what happens. But nonetheless, Layne Riggs does not want to see a yellow flag right now. Where did he come from? He's trying to steal 4th now from Peters inside of 10 laps to go.
Hey, Jared Fryer won the championship last year for a reason. It's consistency. It's knowing when to be there. They're catching lap traffic very, very quick. Fryer now part of the battle for the top 3.
And again, traffic in front of them in the form of Jonathan Schaefer and Minnie Tyrell. Will that play a factor? The answer appears to be yes. Oh boy, this is about to get real dicey up front. The top 4 nose to tail. As they come off turn number 4, they will see the white flag. Schaefer gives the top by going to the bottom. Tyrell does the same thing. That may be a godsend for Layne Riggs, prevents Johnson from making a move. Down the backstretch, so Johnson is there on the back bumper. Underneath in turn number 3, who is going to emerge the victor? Johnson runs him up the hill, and Justin Johnson's going to win his career first Cars Tour win. What a move by Justin Johnson, the Lucas Oil Touring 12 member. Comes out of the race car. Justin Johnson, a first-time Solid Rock Carriers Cars Tour winner. Thank you from the spotter with some words we may not be able to repeat on television. Justin. Gets a hug. How big is this to Justin Johnson's racing career?
It's huge, man. It's been quite a while since, I was repetitious in Victory Lane, and, that point in time you take it for granted, but these things are hard to come by. I want to congratulate Layne for a heck of a race. Not necessarily, the way I wanted to win it, definitely not in the cleanest fashion, but I'd expect him to do the same thing to me, man. It was, like I said, it's been 2 years since we pulled one of these things off, and we've really just been working our butts off. Good job, buddy.
Appreciate it, man.
I expect the same thing back next
Oh,
time.
yeah. Oh, yeah. You know I would.
He owes me one.
You've seen me do that before.
You owe me one.
Hey, I didn't know it was the last lap.
Well,
He didn't tell me it was the last lap. I didn't even know.
Not your dad's spot for you. Fire him. Yes, sir. Thank you. Man, I tell you, GXS wraps, per your tank lines, RNS race cars, just unbelievable job by everybody. PJ Bryant, BST Shocks, crew chief at Justin Johnson Racing's, Jason Stanley, man, he's been awesome. Everyone's worked their butts off on this deal, and I want to thank Kirk Ipock for sponsoring the series, all he does for all of us local racers. I want to thank Black's Tire, all you fans. Can't thank you guys enough for showing up, and we're gonna do this a couple times this year. Yes, sir.
Gets a hug from Kirk Ipock.
Sad part is, I think this is the only car in the top 10 that don't have your name on it.
You do. Look on your windshield. Look on your windshield.
There you go.
Awesome, man.
Yes, sir, man. Absolutely enjoyed it. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
I know it's hard to put into words how big this is, but think back to those final 25 laps or so when the ratchet slowly started to tighten. What was that like in the driver's seat, and how did you get through it? How did you plot that move that you made over in turns 3 and 4?
Well, I thought I was a little better than both Timothy and Layne early in the race, and I tried to make my move a couple times. I wanted to get out and kind of set the pace, but every time I got on the bottom of them, I just had to use too much to complete the pass. So I laid back. Timothy started smoking a little bit there, and it affected my front turn. But there at the end, you know, I knew I was going to have to be aggressive with Layne to get by him because, man, he's a heck of a wheel man, and he's all right foot. So, you know, I knew it was going to be cut out for me. But like I said, this race car was just unbelievable. I don't think I could have slept tonight if I wouldn't have won with it.
Well, it's that good. Now, here's the thing. You were the first guest on the new Stickered Up podcast last week that the Cars Solid Rock Carriers Tour is starting to kind of back and help get rolling. Does this mean it's good luck to be on the podcast? Do you win the next week?
I sure hope so, because now he's got to have me back next time, and then we'll keep the thing flowing and win and go back again, so we won't let him kick us off.
Well, we'll find out how that works out. Justin Johnson, a first-time winner here in the Cars Tour.